Hello viewers, welcome back to the lecture on mathematical modeling. So in the previous lecture, I have discussed about the population model. So in this lecture, I will discuss about the SIR model. And this SIR model is very important because it is being discussed to observe the flu disease. So let's discuss this one. So let's start with the SIR model first. So in the SIR model, we have basically three variable, that is ST. So this is called susceptible population. IT, that is infected population, and RT, that is removed population. Removed population means it is recovered plus dead people. So that are removed from the whole population. So in this case, as we know that the SIR model can be written as ds by dt. So this is the susceptible people. So susceptible people will become infected. So they will interact with the infected people basically. So ds by dt will be equal to minus with some constant si. So negative sign is this one because as the susceptible people will get infected, so the population of the susceptible will increase or decrease. So that's why we are putting the negative sign. And this S and I means there is interaction between the susceptible and the infected population. Then we have a di by dt. So in this case, it is same as beta si with a positive sign because the infected people are increasing minus the gamma I, because the infected people, we are taking the subtraction from the infected people, and then it is dr by dt. So this is gamma I. So beta and gamma are the parameters. So this parameter we have to give to solve it. Now, in this case, so if you see from here, then this is my complete model, and we have variable s, I, and r, and on the right hand side we have a multiplication of s and I. So I can say from there this model is a non-linear, because in this case we have a multiplication of s and I. So it is a non-linear model, and in this case I will define my initial condition. So S0, I will take it as 0, I at 0, and R0, I'll write R0. So it become a non-linear system of first order ODE with the initial condition. So initial value problem, non-linear first order initial value problem, and this is a non-linear terms. So you can you know that it is very difficult to solve analytically this type of system of equation. So in this case, what we have the options that we'll try to solve it numerically, and then we'll see that what will be the solution for this type of system. Now in this case, so after getting this one, I will apply my Euler method for this. So my equation, so ds by dt, I will approximate with s, at n plus 1th minus Sn divided by delta t, because this is the forward operator as we have discussed in the previous lecture also. So in this case, what is going to happen? This is my T naught, it is given to me. Then I have T1, T2, T3 and so on. And I will go up to capital T. So at this time, all the three solutions are known. Then I will try to find this solution at T1 and then T2, and this is my delta T. So we can also represent delta T with dt, but dt actually we generally use in the continuous form. So I will take delta T. So this is approximately equal to delta T. So from here, I can write my first equation as Sn plus 1 minus Sn by delta T is equal to minus beta at Sn and In. So I'm finding the solution at any Tn. So this is the first equation becomes. Now the same way I can define the second equation. So from first equation, I can write my Sn plus 1 will be equal to Sn minus delta T beta Sn I. So this is, I can write equation number 2. Similarly, I can write di by dt. So from here, I can write my second equation di by dt. This is approximated n plus 1 minus In by dt. And from here, if you substitute, then I will get the another equation in I, that is In plus 1, that is equal to In. So this is the In plus beta delta T Sn In minus delta T gamma In. So this will I will get just multiply by delta T inside and putting S at and I at the nth point. So this becomes the second equation. And similarly, I can have my dr by dt is approximated at Rn plus 1 minus Rn divided by delta T. So from here, you can write the third equation. So third equation becomes Rn plus 1 is equal to Rn plus delta T gamma In. So I'll get this system, that is a discrete system we are getting from here. So this is equation number 4. Discrete form. Now from here I can solve this one. Now to solve this one, I need to find out, first I should know the initial value. So S0 is given to me, I0 and R0. So all these factors are given to me, and delta T is known, beta and gamma is known. So now I will, so this is a, you can see from here that this is a scheme, and we call this scheme as explicit scheme, because I will give the value of the S, I and R at the nth time step, and on the left side I will get the solution at next time step, that is n plus 1 time steps. So this type of models are called explicit schemes. So now we can apply this one, and so now we have to solve this one with the help of MATLAB code. So let's try to find to write the MATLAB code for this SIR model. So this is my editor. So here we are going to start with this one. Now the same way I can start with that code for SIR model. This we just write for ourselves that whenever we are opening this code, we should know that what this code is going to do. So code for SIR model. And in fact, I can also write that what should be the time unit, because in this all type of population model or the SIR model, the time is very important. Like in the SIR model, these days the COVID is also one of the SIR model. So in this case, you know that the the time of becoming the susceptible to the infected is from 2 days to 14 days. So in this case, what the time unit we are uh, having, so that is important. So in this case, let's say take the time unit as hours. This is I am defining now. Now the same way I will write clear all CLC clear all CLC, and then so let's say define the value of beta, because beta I need to give. So beta, we know that this factor is should be there to calculate the S, I, and R. So let's take beta. So this beta is calculated with the help of experiments. So let's take this value is equal to 0.0013. So this one I have taken from the book. And I'm also taking gamma. So gamma I'm taking just 0.00833. These are the factors are involved. So beta, if you see, the beta is basically the growth, that how the susceptibles are changing, and gamma is also related to the how the infected people are changing. So these are the two factors we are. Now I need to find what is my dt. So in the previous one I have asked for the dt. Now you can also define what is the dt. So let's define dt is equal to, maybe I can define from here 0.2. So this dt I have just defined. Then I want to see that how much time we want to calculate, because suppose I want to see that how the susceptible becomes infected and infected becomes recovered in maybe in 1 month or maybe in 2 months or maybe 15 days. So I just take the factor d. So d I just take 1 month, so I just type 30. So it is d, I can write simulation for d days. So this is a simulation I'm going to define. Now I can find out what is my NT, the number of iterations. So the number of iteration I can define from here. So this is the floor value. I'm going to define the floor function. So it is 30 d days. So I just write d star 24 capital D. 24 divided by t. So in this case, what is happening if I take d is equal to 1, then it is 24 by dt. Okay, so it will simulate for 1 day. If I take d is equal to 2, so that is taking 2 into 24, because I am taking the unit as hours. So 2 into 24 means 48 hours. So 48 hours divided by dt, that will give you that how much iterations are needed. So in this case, I am taking floor value because it can be a real value also. So I just take the floor one. So that's why we put the function floor. So you can write from here that this value gives you number of hours. Now, after getting this one, I have to define the mesh for t. So let's t is equal to lin space. So this one I am defining. Now in this case, again I'm starting from 0 and I will go up to nt multiply by dt. Right. So this is the final time we are going to define because nt will be here multiply by d2. And then from here, I will write, so total number of mesh points is needed are nt plus 1. Why I am taking plus 1? Because 0 is already starting from 0. So if we have 1 nt, suppose I take nt is equal to 1, so then I have two mesh points, 0 and dt. So the two mesh points will be nt plus 1, so 2. That's why we always go for 1 plus 1. So nt plus 1. So this is the time steps I get. Now I have to take the solution. So solution I'll just define s is equal to zeros. Zeros I'm defining, and its value will be always the length of t and column vector 1. So it is just a column vector. Okay, so same C I can copy from here. Control C. Control V. This one. So S and then I and then R. So this I have defined. Now after this one, so I have to define the initial conditions. This condition also we need to find out. So let S first value that is given to us may be any value. So I just take the value 50. I starting from, so it means the 50 people are susceptible, and suppose infected is 1. Just at the time we started the simulation, at that time only one person was infected. And 1, so that is 0. And at that time there is no recovered person. So this one we can define from here. Now the simulation means we have to apply our numerical method, and for this one I will define for loop for n is equal to 1 to nt. This one I will define. Now s at n plus 1, I will apply the formula. So that was equal to s n minus theta dt star theta star Sn star I n. The first equation I have written, then I will find out I at n plus 1. So that is equal to I n plus dt. Then I can define multiply by beta multiply by Sn star I n, and then I defining minus dt star, it was gamma whatever the gamma function gamma value I have defined. So this is a dt into gamma star IN. That gives you the value of the infected people at any nth step. And this is the recovered people I'm going to define. So Rn plus 1 is equal to Rn and then plus Dt star gamma star I at n. This will simulate. Now from here you will see that I will give the value of n first. Then on the right hand side everything is known. Then I will get the left side, and then again the simulation will move and we'll get in the iteration, we'll get the solution at S1, at T1, T2, T3, T4, like this one. So once I get the solution, because in this case I cannot have an exact solution, so I cannot compare the solution with the exact solution. Now I will plot this function. So let's plot this one. So I'm taking T and I'm plotting the first variable as, and then I can define here maybe be the blue 0. Then I can define P I with K. This one K means black, then T, then R. This one I can leave. This is my plot function, and then I can define my X label, define T, and Y label I cannot define in this case. So T in hours. Because in the Y label, if you plot, so okay, then we'll write Y label. The Y label I will write as I R. So this one I can define because it gives you all the three values. And then I can define legends. Legend I can define from here. And the legend, you know that I have defined the S first, then I, then R, location is all in the colon. Then I can define anywhere. So last north. So the same way northwest. That's it. I think now we can run this code. So in this case, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to save this one. So I will write here SIR. SIR. I have saved this one. Now I can run this code. So now I have run this code, and this is the graph I'm going to get. So let's see this graph. because in this case, one thing is true, that we are not going to get the exact solution. Yeah, so this is the graph I got from there. Now you can see that this S is the blue circle, so this S is going down because the number of susceptible, we have started with 50, and as the time march, the number of susceptible goes down. So after 0 to 200 hours, T is in the hours, the susceptible almost goes to 0, because we are doing the calculation up to this. So in this case, my number of hours, T hours, are going up to almost 700. So if the susceptible is going down, it means infected people should increase. So I, the black one, is the infected people. So this is the infected people, this black figure. So if you see from here, then as the time is increasing, this black figure is going up, so increasing, and it go up to maximum goes up to 30, and then it start decreasing, because in that case up to 30 it goes. So you can see from here that almost up to 100 hours it increases, and then it start decreasing, because in the up to 100 hours the people start getting recovered also. So in that case you can see the R, that is the light blue. So in this case, you can see that it is also start increasing the recovered one, and keep increasing at the time in March. So what we are going to have, that in this case we can say that almost all the people have recovered after maybe 300 hours or 400 hours. So after that everyone recovered. And if everyone has recovered, it means the susceptible and infected becomes almost zero. So these are the all the three figures we can have from here, and based on this one, we can say that this SIR model is working fine in this case. Now you can take the different values of the initial conditions and the parameters built beta and gamma, and then you can solve and then have a different type of figures. So let's I just take one another term in this case. So what I do is that I will take some different values here. Now instead of 50, I will start with 100, and I will start with maybe 5. Okay, and this beta, I'm just change the beta, so I just take 0.3 and 0.8. It's a very big number we are taking, and let's see what will going to happen, because so 30 days I'm taking, and DT I'm just taking 0.2. So if you, it may happen that you can just take it. So let's take it to the same 0.2, and then I will just save this one and run this code. So let's see this, what is the graph for this one. So you just see this graph. So this is the graph for that. Now we can see that I have changed the factors. So from here you can see that because the beta and gamma are high number I have taken, that is just, I just taken abstract. It is not related with the real value, that beta and gammas. But here you can see that this blue circles is the susceptible, so it is going very fast, going to down, and then black color, if you see, it is infected, and the light blue is recovered. So this is the figure for different values. So now the same type you can do play with these factors or parameters, and you can have the different type of figures. So I hope that you are able to understand this, that how you can make the code for this, and then using this code you can make your own code for your research purpose. So I hope that you have understood that how we can write the code, and we'll continue in the next lecture about SIR model with vaccination. So thanks for watching this. Thanks very much.